Live with NorthSmithfield head coach Jeff Paiva up next, man. Shared the stream. What's going on, everybody, man? We had a full deck this weekend, man. It was all right, man. Football was okay this weekend. Let me give a few people some time to get up in here before we get Coach Paiva up in here, man. Salute to Coach Paiva and his staff and the parents and everybody that puts it together up there at North Smithfield. All the assistant coaches, all the way down to the people that do everything that they got to do because we can't forget the little people. Um, can't forget the little people. Woonsocket just finished up their game. Westerly gets over on them 31-0. Woonsocket really has to get it straightened out. Now, this makes it 8 quarters without a single point for the Woonsocket Novans. And I know, Charlie, that stung a little bit. But you got to get it together. And we know Woonsocket can definitely get it together because look at the track record last time in D2. But right now, Westerly could end up with that number 2 seed. Coach Paiva, what's going on? Welcome back. Welcome back.
Thank you. Happy to have us. I got Cole with us too. How's it going, Mikey?
There he is. What's up, Cole Bowles? How we doing, big dog?
Doing all right. Good game today. Well fought game with Charahoe. Cole found end zone twice today. Played really good.
Of course he did.
We found ways to keep the passing game. Kind of got us back in the game in the second half, and defensively we played pretty tough all day. Lost by a point. It is what it is.
I got to say, bro, kudos to you guys and your staff because you guys came into the league with really a week preparation. 1 week you basically had, right? You had a week or two preparation, and every game you had this year, right out the gate, Pownell thought they were going to destroy you guys, right? And what happened? I'm going to say what it is. Like, they thought they were going to destroy you guys, and it took them all 4 quarters to beat you guys. And then who was after Pownell?
Pownell, and then it was Lincoln.
And then Lincoln, you go into that game, 3 quarters of the game, you was right there.
Yep.
Right? You was right there. And then who's next?
Then it was, who was next? Tollgate. We won that game.
Tollgate, okay. All right. And who's after that?
Then it was Classical. Classical, we just didn't show up to play that day. Classical was a better team that day.
And what I'm getting to is that basically, you guys came on with a week or two preparation. And today, Charahoe, very strong game. One of the teams that are being talked about all season in D2, and you fall by 1 point.
Yeah, they're really good, and they pretty much made one more play than us today. And that's the game of football. That's why we play. That's why we practice. And we tried to put ourselves in a position to win that game, and we score with 2 minutes to go, and we try to go for a 2-point conversion in the win on their field, and we missed. We actually forced a turnover, had the ball back again with the chance, and just couldn't come up with a play when we needed one. And you got to give credit to Charahoe, who just made one more play than we did today.
I got to say, guys, man, you guys are definitely champions to me. You know what I mean? Because all the adversity you guys had to go through, and to be there at the end of these games, and you keep your head up, you come on the show all the time, and everything that Cole had to go through and Zach had to go through, and all the members of your team, you guys are definitely champions to me for sure.
Well, we appreciate that, and it's about character, and we actually just talked about, trying to be better people and better humans at all times. And what we went through over the summer happened, right? And there's no ignoring it. There's no denying it. And while as much as it stung and probably still stings to a lot of these guys, it's a lesson that hopefully they carry with them forever, in that, things aren't going to be fair. But the ultimate goal is to be better people and find a way to be the better person. And it's what we're trying to teach. It's what we're trying to accomplish here. And, we have our good days, we have our bad days, and, but at the end of the story, I believe in the guys. I believe in my seniors and my team more than anything. And, I think they know that. I hope they know that. And, we try to show it the best we can. And that's by working hard every week and going to play a game and just trying to be better humans.
Cole, coming out of this, you were a senior this year. What message do you have to kids coming up behind you? What message of encouragement would you give the freshmen?
I would say just don't take anything for granted. Play every play in every game like it's your last, and work hard for the upperclassmen that you have, because they're going to want the same thing when they're seniors and there's new freshmen on the team and new sophomores.
And what did you learn this year? Like, what really sticks out to you?
The biggest thing is just battling through adversity. Obviously we didn't have the summer, and now we're starting to play our best football. And had we had that, maybe we'd be better off right now. But we're coming together and we're starting to find our groove.
There you go. And are you looking for colleges to go to? If you are, what's a message you would say to maybe a recruiter that says, who is Cole Vowles?
I would just say I'm an athlete. I could play any position you want me to play. If it's not quarterback, that's fine with me, but I just want to play football.
There you go. You don't hear that from a lot of quarterbacks, man. The maturity of that right there. Most quarterbacks, like, I'm quarterback, that's it. So, recruiters out there, keep an eye on you, man. Left-handed quarterback that can go no huddle. Where are you going to find that?
So here's everything you need to know about Cole, right? He's our quarterback, and we always try to protect our quarterbacks. And this, the season we have and the hand we're dealt, Cole has to play middle backer. So Cole plays quarterback on offense and then stays and plays middle backer and takes on fullbacks and pulling guards and centers that come out to get him. And if that's not bad enough, when we go to practice and we try to take him off kick return or kickoff, I look up and he's running down with the scout team trying to make tackles or trying to return a ball. Like, I literally have to tie him to the bench to get him off the field. And, that'll tell you all you need to know about Cole, right? He's been it for us all year, and, we'll continue to ride him. Season's not done. We're gonna keep playing, and that's what it is. Cole would be a blessing for any college coach to welcome into their locker room.
Absolutely. So now we know that there's still, with consolation games and everything, and the season still isn't over. We still have another week. We have a lot of football left up at NorthSmithfield. What's next for NorthSmithfield?
Film on Monday is the immediate next thing. We got to get ready for Middletown. Like I said the other night, watching film and seeing as much of Middletown as we've seen, I fully believe them to be the best team on our side of Division III. And they're proving it with the way they're playing. They're playing and they're rolling right now. But we're gonna prepare for Middletown and get ready for that. And then if we have the opportunity to play games in between that and Thanksgiving, we'd love to take it. I know I just actually asked the guys if they wanted to get healthy for Thanksgiving or if they wanted to find a few games, and to a man, these guys want to play football. So
they want to play football. We'll play football. Absolutely. So are you looking for teams to fill in some consolation games, or are you looking to challenge yourself up to maybe a D2 team that maybe didn't make the playoffs?
I'm assuming that that the Rhode Island Scholastic League will schedule that first week of consolation games. So I'm assuming if we finish with the 6th seed on our side, we're going to get the 6th seed on the other side, whether that's Johnston or Mount Hope or Pilgrim, whoever it happens to be over there. We're expecting that be a potential matchup for us. But, we just want to play football. these guys want to play, and my head goes to, I want these guys to enjoy their senior night. We haven't had it yet. It's going to be on Thanksgiving, so my goal is to get my seniors to Thanksgiving healthy. So I'll have tough decisions to make after that. But these guys want to play, and I want to coach them, so we'll probably be playing.
I'll tell you what, to get is as much football as you possibly can between now and Thanksgiving, because some of these football players, these last couple of games will be the last time that these kids ever play organized sports on a field. So I think to get as many games as you can for these kids, I think that's what they want to do. And it's kind of sad to think about. This will be the last couple of weeks that these kids will ever play organized sports.
I can't go there mentally yet, Mikey. He laughs because he knows I'm going to be an absolute blubbering mess that those last 2 weeks and that week leading up to Thanksgiving, and I have to talk about my seniors on senior night. I can't get through it without becoming an absolute puddle.
So it's funny because Coach Dunbar just said the same thing right before he was just on, and he said that watching these kids come up, I think he came when a lot of these kids were sophomores, but it's tough. And you've seen a lot of these kids grow before NorthSmithfield High School, right?
Absolutely. I've had some of these guys 5th, 6th, 4th grade. I've known about them, coached them. Like personally, I've coached Cole since 6th grade when he started to play basketball for me. But in the youth express level, his teams and Zach's teams kind of were the team underneath us age group wise. So I always made stop-in visits and talked to those guys. And so I've been watching these guys and been around these guys for a really, really long time.
We need more coaches like you. Coach Pennington comes on all the time, and somebody mentioned that how do you get coaches on when they lose games? And I said the coaches that come on my program are authentic. The win or lose, they're characters of men. And they just make they leaders of men. So win or lose, they're gonna come on, because you want to lead by example.
Absolutely. And if I didn't do it, what would my message to them mean if I didn't follow my own words and my own actions, right? So if I tell these guys, hey, on to the next week, we're together, we're on to the next week, and I blew off this or blew off whatever other responsibilities I had because I was disappointed or upset, my message to them wouldn't mean anything. And the one thing these guys know is if I talk the talk, I'm going to walk the walk. And if I say something, I mean it. And it's the way it is. And I firmly believe in that. And, these guys will follow me, and these guys would run through the wall for me if I asked them to. So, I've got to return the favor and be all I can be at all times.
Well, Coach Paiva, you're a blessing. I know these kids are I'm sure they love playing for you. Coach Pennington said, at the beginning of last season when he recommended you for the job, that Coach Paiva will definitely be the best man for the job. And, salute to him for giving you that recommendation.
Yeah, he's always been a great support for us. And, that's a relationship that goes both ways for me. And he knows I'm only a phone call away and I'm there, right? And it's the same way. If I called him tomorrow, he'd be at my front door in 15 minutes. So, and that it goes both ways. And like I said earlier, when you try to be better people and when you try to be great humans, that's the type of relationship that you get blessed with. And
absolutely,
I've got great coaches that coach for me, coach with me. I shouldn't say for me. They coach with me. And they do a great job, right? I don't have to babysit anybody on my staff, and these guys go through it, and they do a fantastic job, and I can't be thankful enough for those guys.
And it's great because you do not want to be babysitting. There's enough things that you have to worry about as head coaches, you know. So yeah, that's the last thing you want to be doing. And it's tough to get. Like, it's easy to find coaches, but it's tough to find good coaches.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate your kind words, and I appreciate what you do for us. Giving me an opportunity to talk about him or talk about my other guys. And, I'd love to come on and highlight all my seniors before we're done.
Oh, definitely. Absolutely.
Because I got a really, really good group that if they're the future of what we have going on, not only here in North Smithfield, but anywhere around this world, we're going to be okay.
Absolutely. And seniors also know, if you want to stay connected to this game, the football culture really needs referees, and you can make some good money. I talked to a kid last week that said he's makes $700-800 from Thursday till Sunday night.
Yep.
You make almost $100 a game. So, if you guys are really interested in staying close to the game, you want a referee, reach out to me or Emerson Kilgore, and it's actually, we need referees, and you can make good money. So any seniors that want to stay connected to the game, I think that's a great way, to make a few bucks. And God knows, we need them.
For sure.
We need them. But
sure.
Thank you, Coach, man. Thank you, NorthSmithfield. We'll talk to you also next week as well. We have a lot of football still left.
Absolutely. All right. Hey, have a great weekend. Thanks for having us.
You as well. Have a good one, guys. See you later, Cole. Well, there we have it. Coach Paiva, a tough loss. They were all tough this year. But you know what? Like I said earlier, what that team went through, them guys are champions to me. Everything. And a lot of teenagers, what them kids had to go through, people pointing the finger at, kind of like Scarface says, you just need someone to point your finger at. And that's what went on up there. They just needed someone to point their finger at. And it's sad that them kids were the ones that they were pointing their damn fingers at. But salute to them kids. Great season with a week's preparation. I think NorthSmithfield did a fabulous job. But we had some great guests this weekend. I mean, we was able to get everybody in. We started off, last night. Who would have known we would have freaking Eric Rube on the podcast? Wes Pennington joined us. Great content from the coach. Great game with Moses Brown. And this still might not be over. Maybe I'll reach out to Dave Valley, see if we can get Dave Valley up in here. We had Eric on. We had Gary Goodhart on. Emerson Kilgore. I got to put together a clip of everybody that was like, when I told them Eric was on, they was like, what the F? But, yeah, sometimes we need to do what's better, right? It's about raising better men and lead by example. If I can't mend a fence with somebody, what type of example am I sending to some of these young guys, that may have a problem or a situation with somebody, and at the end of the day, no situation at all is worth the heartache that comes with some of these reactions. This old timer used to say, how many minutes did it take to ruin your life? And hopefully nobody ever has to be at the other side of that question. But at one point in life, sometimes you have to look and say, how many minutes did it take to ruin my life?
They didn't sugarcoat us. They just said what it was. In this new generations, we can't truly be like our coaches was because y'all can't handle it. Because y'all a little softer. Y'all was raised a little different. Y'all was coddled a little more. In this day and age, you can't say certain things to certain people, to certain ethnicities, to certain social climates. You can't say certain things or you'll be scolded or you'll be blackballed or you'll be pretty much written off. Because once upon a time, A coach would look you in the eye and say, you know darn well you ain't going pro, and you sitting around here ain't doing no schoolwork. The only way you got an opportunity to make it in life is to get an education what could possibly get you a career, not a job. We can't say that. Because if we said that, you're sensitive. Some of you might be in here recording, or you're going to go tell somebody, and now we're going to catch hell in high water for telling you the darn truth. That's what bothers me. That's because some of y'all are in that situation. And you don't want to get an education what could give you an opportunity of a career. Not a job, but a career. Now, the bad thing is we know pro coaches, we know professional former players that had a career and they still broke because there was no discipline. Now you guys are going down a slippery slope. It's already hard enough to make it into the next level from HBCUs, and we're trying to change the game, but your discipline is consistently keeping you back. We ain't gonna lie. We ain't gonna lie for you. Every week they come, they talk to me. I don't give them the information. I don't just hand it to them. But if they back me into the corner and say, how disciplined is he? Yeah, all right. That's all I can say because I ain't gonna lie for you. Because if I lie for you, that could hurt him the possible next year. If I lie for you, that could hurt him next year. Because they're not gonna come back if I lie for you. If I lie for you, they're not gonna come back. They're gonna say, Coach Prime lied for that cat, man. He full of it. But I'm alarmed, man, and amazed at, we talked about investment.